Guys, how you doing? David Tan, Wise Owl Property Training, and today I'm going to share with you the 3 things to avoid when starting your property investment journey. In this video, I want to touch on 3 generic things that we all face as property investors, rather than focus on things that are related to specific strategy. This does mean that the video will be of greater value to you as an individual, and that's what you should always be looking for. So counting down at number 3, we have avoid getting bad advice. Okay, easy for me to do, but how do you as an individual avoid bad advice? How do you know if the advice you're getting is good or bad? Well, there's a couple of things that we can do for you to solve that problem. Firstly, you must ensure that you get your advice from credible sources like full-time property investors with proven track records, and not from your friends or family or the guy from down the pub who maybe has a couple of rentals as a part-time landlord. Now, he'll certainly have some very strong opinions about the industry, but he's probably not the best person to talk strategy with, unless of course his strategy is something that you want to replicate. And that's the crucial point there, guys. It's fundamental to your development and ultimately future success that you receive your advice from someone who it is that you want to replicate, someone who's been there, done that, and got the t-shirt, so to speak. Okay, so the second thing we can do to sort the good advice from the bad is to get ourselves some good education. Now, this can be in the form of books, podcasts, videos, webinars, training courses, and of course, mentors. You should get and read as much as you can, but remember to keep an open mind and question everything you hear. As you can imagine, there's a lot of dream selling hype out there intended to sell you the dream of financial freedom in order to relieve you of your hard-earned cash. So read everything you can, but always take time to digest it, and always look for the hidden agenda. If something's too good to be true, then it probably is, and it's probably not the best advice. But again, the more educated you get, the more you will see through all of this. So in a nutshell, make sure the advice you receive is from a credible source and get yourself well educated. Once you're at that point, you'll be well equipped to filter out the good advice from the bad. Okay, so at number 2, we've got acting in desperation. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard the saying, act in haste, repent at leisure. Guys, you need to make sure that you understand clearly all of the risks and rewards associated with the investment you're buying into. If you're going to rush into a deal because you're too eager to get going, that you're not going to carry out correct due diligence, then there are going to be consequences. Now, these may not show up straight away, but almost certainly further on in your journey, cracks will start to appear. And that's because of this fundamental mistake. But don't worry, we're here to help. So what we need to do is to make sure that we establish good solid foundations early on in the business. Every successful business is built on good solid foundations. So rather than beating yourself up and acting in desperation, we need to apply patience in order to assess each opportunity correctly. Now, you can do this by carrying out some good old-fashioned proper research. You can attend some property viewings, do some in-depth calculations on spreadsheets. You can talk to local letting agents, or maybe people who live in the local area. And of course, like we mentioned back in point 1, other successful property investors. The list really is endless these days, guys. But remember, a smart person learns from his mistakes, but a truly wise person learns from the mistakes of others. It is a very exciting industry, guys, and you will want to get up and running as quick as possible. And that's absolutely fine, but you must take regular stock to ensure that what you're doing stacks up both on paper and as a viable rented property. So to the big one, coming in at number 1, we have avoiding procrastination. Good old procrastination. We all do it. In fact, we do it in almost every aspect of our lives, and we understand that this might sound a touch contradictory to number 2, but you must avoid procrastination at all costs, guys. So on the one hand, we have don't act in desperation, and on the other hand, we have don't procrastinate either. Now, we're not trying to confuse you here, because there is balance and a middle ground, and finding that balance will be key to your success. Whatever strategy you decide, you must take action, but do so responsibly. Do it in an informed, knowledgeable, and educated way. Don't accept the fear of not knowing, guys, and just become another avid reader or serial courser, putting your whole journey on hold in the hope that the next book or course is going to give you some kind of secret formula. Guys, there is no secret formula. Action is where it's at. All you need to do is to get reasonably educated, work out what it is that you want to do, and then apply yourself to that. Now, application doesn't have to be signing on the dotted line for a property. It can start with research or viewings, which can obviously lead to opportunities. You can speak to agents or vendors, which again will lead to opportunities. Or you can set out your goals, timeframes, and strategies. And remember that this is all just on-the-job training and will add to your education and, in turn, lead to opportunities further down the line. If you procrastinate, you will never get started, and getting started or taking action is what it's all about. The best way to get ahead is to simply get going. So there we have it, guys. In short, if you manage to avoid the 3 major pitfalls: number 3, avoiding bad advice; number 2, acting in desperation; and number 1, avoiding procrastination, then you will be another step closer to becoming a successful property investor. Now just remember that talk without action is purely ego. So thanks for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, then please hit subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification button below. If you have any questions about this video or any other questions about property investment on the whole, then please do get in touch with us at wiseowlpropertytraining.com. You can check out my books on Amazon, Audible and iTunes. Feel free to click the thumbs up and leave us a nice message, and don't forget to share the video with anyone you think it might help. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we hope to see you again real soon.